Hi everybody! I am super excited to be back. I took 2 weeks touring across China, South Korea, and Japan, and I had the pleasure of spending some time with some past co-workers, and I saw some really cool temples and palaces, and some volcanoes, one of which exploded a few days, or erupted a few days after I visited it, which is a little bit scary. But I saw some things that I've never seen before, and I figured out some local transit things, and I deep dived into a lot of local cultures, and I had a really great 2 weeks without digital distractions, and it was really extraordinary. But let's get back into it. So today I want to talk about job titles and whether or not they matter. So I was thinking back on my career and whether or not job titles mattered to me or my coworkers, and I thought, I really didn't like it when I was lumped into the proverbial IT worker 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. So I did a little bit of quick research, and I think it should be obvious that job titles do matter to most employees, but let's talk about it. So first, job titles serve as self-identity badges. This is something I came across repeatedly in research, and some research from some authors, Grant, Berg, and Cable from the Academy of Management Journal notes that job titles allow employees to express their professional identities, and they actually work to reduce stress for employees. So job titles help employees feel a unique personal connection to their roles, and they also reduce emotional exhaustion. Those job titles influence an employee's levels of self-verification, psychological safety, and external rapport when they're working with folks outside of your organization. Allowing job titles to actually reflect an employee's role reduce employee stress, and they increase an employee's sense of identity expression, according to that study. And I'll link the study in the post so that you can go and read it. It's kind of interesting. Second, job titles are really important mediators of an employee's motivation and their sense of recognition. A study in the International Journal of Creative Research Thoughts found that 93.8% of employees felt that promotions with accurate changes in job title were motivating to them. 93.2% of respondents felt that job titles were very important to them. 78.7% felt that flat structures with meaningless job titles were really bad. And interestingly, I thought 62.9% of respondents were in favor of or had done job title negotiation in the past. I've never really done that, but I thought that was an interesting statistic. I also thought that 90.1% of the respondents felt that their job titles enhanced their social status. I think it makes sense to me. I mean, a lot of conversations. I sat with a lot of people and talked with a lot of people I didn't know over the last 2 weeks. I can be a social butterfly when I'm in the right mood. But I think a lot of those conversations over the last 2 weeks included, hey, what do you do for a living? So I could see how that statistic makes sense. From an organizational perspective, job titles can help define organizational job structure and higierarchy and provide clarity on roles and responsibility if the job titles are done correctly with clear, non-overinflated job titles. In some roles, the job title can also show career progression within an organization. I think this becomes a little bit clearer when the person stays with the same organization for a number of years versus hopping jobs, because job titles vary between organizations, which is another topic for another day. So what say you? Is a job title important to you? I know it's important to me. If I were to move from one organization to another, it's important to me to show clear progression, unless, of course, I would be moving out of necessity. So what do you think? Would you refuse a position over a job title if it was something generic like IT Worker 1? Is it important? Have you ever refused a position over a job title? Let me know your experience in the comments, and I will toss some of these references up in the description. So welcome back. Thanks for watching if you watched. Have a great day.